I'm Ivo from Ambire Wallet, and my crypto journey started a long time ago. My background is technical, so I started programming in high school. Then in 2011, I got into Bitcoin. I was still in high school, so back then I was mining on my CPU. I found a block and then promptly spent all the Bitcoin. That's a bit regrettable, but then in 2013, right after high school, I started my first startup, Streamio, which is a media center, and it took a few years to get off the ground, but once it took off fast. So today it has over 50 million users, and this really shaped my background as like a consumer-focused founder. So then in 2017, me and my co-founder started AdEx network, which was one of the first projects on Ethereum in Bulgaria and I think pretty much in the world. And then in 2019, AdEx network started working on a smart wallet since we realized that it's really hard to onboard like normal people onto Ethereum. And so we basically built this smart wallet, which I'm going to talk to you about a bit later. But we spun this off into Ambire in 2021. And then with Ambire, we launched an initial version, which was a web wallet, and then we pivoted to a browser extension. And we launched this browser extension this year, and now we're running at over 10,000 active users, which is pretty fantastic for the Ethereum ecosystem. Yeah, that's a brief introduction about me, and the slides are going to be here, I think, in a minute. So first of all, when talking about wallets, we need to focus on what does Web3 stand for and what makes it different from Web2. And the first thing that's really important is self-custody. So that's something that you don't get in Web2. The second thing is composability. So that's pretty unique about Web3 because you can go on OpenSea and you can buy an NFT, and then this NFT is attached to your account. So then you can go in a different dApp and use the same asset to like get a loan, for example. One day NFTs will be available as collateral in Aave, let's say. So you will be able to get a loan of your NFT, and that has really powerful, really big power to change the world because like one day you can have your house as an NFT and you can get a loan from Aave rather than the bank. And everyone who's gotten a mortgage knows how hard it is and how much paperwork there is. Maybe it's not difficult per se, but there's a lot of paperwork. And we have the potential to change that and make it like one click. And there is no other industry that does that. What I mean specifically is that you cannot go on interactive brokers, buy an Apple stock, and then use this Apple stock as collateral on a different application. It's held in interactive brokers, so you cannot like compose between different applications, and that's unique about Web3. And then finally, we have autonomy, which is like the ability to delegate control to an AI agent of your wallet securely. So that's again something unique because you can put in the on-chain guards to make sure that your wallet doesn't get drained and that the AI agent doesn't do anything stupid because you're all familiar with LLMs and you know how much they hallucinate sometimes. So giving them full control over your wallet is not a good idea, but if you have these on-chain safeguards, that's fantastic. So yeah, that's all well and good, but we have a bit of a problem with this, and the problem is that Web3 UX right now really sucks. So what I mean by that, you all know how shit seed phrases are. Basically the concept of writing down 12 words is pretty alien to anyone else. And if you're coming from Web2, the fact that you cannot reset your seed phrase and the fact that if you forget it, you lose it forever, that's really painful. So people don't realize that seed phrases are not an access key, but they are practically equal to your money. And yeah. Another thing that's really absurd is phishing. So sometimes you would see this hash and MetaMask would ask you, do you want to sign this hash? And if you click yes, your money will be gone, which is quite shit, frankly. The thing is, you don't realize what you've just signed. So yeah, UX is not great. And we also have of course, the problem with transaction fees. So sometimes you try to do something with your wallet and it says that you don't have enough ETH for gas. Like, what does that mean? So gas is for cars, right? So yeah, and this problem is especially big if you use multiple layer 2s. So like if you use Base or Optimism or Arbitrum, and you have Ether on Ethereum, but you don't have anything on Base or Arbitrum, right? So that's really painful. Let's see if the slides are working. Yes. So from here on out, my talk is going to include some bold statements, and this is due to the fact that we cannot condense all of this technical information about why UX sucks so much into such a short talk. And basically, I need to legitimize myself for what I'm saying, and we can nerd out later. We can discuss the technical details of all this on Twitter, or you can ping me in any other way. But yeah, I need to legitimize myself, and I've already done that. But it's worth noting that me and my team, we are one of the pioneers of smart account wallets. And basically, account abstraction started getting hot. Account abstraction equals smart accounts, by the way. So it started getting hot in 2023, and we were working on this since 2019, so huge amount of time. So yeah, how to fix Web3 user experience. So basically, as I said, smart accounts that I've been mentioning already equals account abstraction. And what this is the ability to include program code as part of the account. So basically, your account wouldn't be a private key, but it would be some code. And Ethereum was meant to launch in this, but it was scrapped in 2016, just before the launch of the Ethereum mainnet. And this decision was then kind of regretted, even though account abstraction is super hard to get right. So since then, we've had a ton of research, and it's still not launched natively on Ethereum. But yeah, and yeah, to reiterate what account abstraction is or what smart accounts are. You can look at those pictures and don't be afraid. It's not scary at all. It's really, really simple. So the simple part is that current accounts on crypto, doesn't matter if it's Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're just a very large number. Extremely large, impossible to guess number. And the problem with this number is that the only human-friendly way, it's not even human-friendly, to store such a number is the seed phrase. And that's really hard to keep safe. It's easy to lose, and anyone takes a picture of it, they have access to your funds. So yeah, large number is not good for humans. But what is great for humans is some kind of logic that we can program into the accounts, and this is where smart accounts come in. So smart accounts are just some code that represents your account. And in that way, we can build multiple things. Like we can build account recovery, like when you lose access to your hardware wallet or you lose your device, there would be an additional way to recover access to your account. So then another thing would be easier onboarding. So rather than having to write down the words and then confirm that you know the words, you can just use your phone, which already has passkeys, and those passkeys live on a secure enclave in the phone. So the phone is already a better crypto wallet than Trezor or Ledger, believe it or not. Because the secure enclave in your phone is much better researched than those hardware wallets. Yes, crypto is big. Yes, it's securing like billions and trillions of market cap. But you cannot argue that the secure enclave in Apple devices is used to secure like much higher value overall. So it's much better researched. And smart accounts also allow you to do scam prevention, which is quite nice. So scam prevention comes in two different aspects. One of the aspects is no infinite ERC20 approvals. So everyone who has used Uniswap or who has used an Ethereum wallet knows that sometimes you will be asked for this infinite approval, and that kind of feels scary because it is, right? When you give an infinite approval to a specific app, if this app ever gets compromised and if its smart contract is upgradable, you can get drained for a lot of money. And many people have fallen victim to this. And another thing that smart accounts let us do is transaction simulation. So this is the thing where before you sign a transaction, you see the entire outcome of the transaction, which is quite nice. It's kind of similar to electronic banking, but not really, because we can simulate like all of the outcomes of a specific transaction. And finally, you never worry about fees, about transaction fees, because you can pay transaction fees cross-chain and you can prepay for fees. So like if you have a single account, it doesn't matter which layer 2 you go on, you will always be able to pay for transactions. So this is all well and good, and it has existed for a long time, but why isn't it adopted? Why is nobody using it? Well, 10,000 people are using it with Ambire, but why isn't everyone using it yet? So we launched, as I said, the first version a long time ago in 2021, and even though we rose very quickly to over 100,000 users, we really encountered one very big setback, which was that people have existing accounts and they don't want to migrate. So this means that they would continue using their existing accounts, and for you to use a smart account, you have to move to a different account, as the name implies. And this is painful because you have money on Aave, you have locked up funds, you have staked funds, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, really big setback. But there is a solution to this, even though there is like a tons of EIPs about account abstraction. We often have this issue where a new EIP comes up, like a ERC 4337. Everyone thinks it will solve everything, but then it flops, it doesn't solve anything. So why is this? It's because for us as a community to care about an EIP, it gets over-marketed. So it promises to solve everything, but in reality it's merely a technical step towards the goal. And all of the EIPs that exist in the Ethereum ecosystem, they're almost never competing, even though in the media they're portrayed like they're competing between each other. But we have one that is different, which is EIP-7702. And this one, it was overhyped. It's still a small technical step towards the goal, but it's very different in that it allows you to have smart account features on your existing account. So you can have an account since 2017 or whatever, but you will be able to use all of these features that I just pitched on your existing account. So this changes everything, both for us and for the entire industry. And what this allows, to eliminate ERC20 approvals, to ensure that there is account recovery, to ensure easier onboarding, and to also allow transaction batching. So this saves gas, but it also makes user flows much simpler. So where are we today in terms of ERC-7702 adoption? So those are some statistics, and Ambire is leading between all of the known implementations, but also we have over 1 million total authorizations. Here are some further statistics. And this is very significant because we have only 10 million active users on Ethereum altogether. So from those 10 million, a lot of them are bots, and a lot of them are some other automated accounts or even exchange deposit addresses, like maybe 40% are exchange deposit addresses. So we have like a huge chunk of the current wallet landscape already migrated to 7702. So one more thing that I want to say about 7702, because whoever is familiar might know that you might have heard that it's used for phishing, it's used for scams, it can compromise your wallet. This is all bullshit, it's all lies. So the reality is that there is no way for someone to phish you using ERC-7702, EIP-7702. There is no protocol for a DApp to request you to delegate a malicious contract. There is no communication mechanism to do this. The only way for an account to be appointed a 7702 delegator is through your actual wallet implementation. So if Ambire doesn't allow it, this is not possible. So Ambire doesn't allow it, MetaMask doesn't allow it, Rabbi doesn't allow it. So there is no way for your wallet to get compromised with 7702. The wallet sets the implementation, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, there are a lot of accounts which have malicious delegations on them, but those are accounts which already have their private key leaked. So in this case, hackers use 7702 to drain the accounts in an easier way if funds ever go to them. And this is completely irrelevant, right? Because the private key is already leaked. Everyone can do whatever they want with your account regardless. So yeah, this was supposed to be a quick demo, a quick video demo. We do have some technical difficulties, so you're going to have to imagine it. But basically, this is done by a user interface, and a user, in this case me, I click on a token, I swap it in one click, and the cool thing is, yeah, there's wallets allowing this, like Rabbi and MetaMask, but in Ambire, it's also cross-chain, first of all, so you can go from any chain to any other chain in just one click. And then second of all, there's no approvals. So there's no ERC20 approvals that you have to worry about. And if you use a hardware wallet, it's only one signature and it's not two signatures. And this is also more secure in the long run. So, what is the future? So, first of all, let's say that cliches are cliches for a reason, and that a great example of this was that Facebook initially was used just by college students, and not only college students, technical college students, right? So a really niche community just like Ethereum. But today, we associate Facebook with boomers. We associate Facebook with your mother, with your grandma, and with this, I would like to get off the stage.